You hear your names announced for an Oscar nomination. How do you celebrate?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I woke up to the texts congratulating me, and I was like, what are we talking about? And then I was like, oh my God, it's an Oscar nomination. So cool. I mean, I was like, it's such a completely rare, like, why would we ever get nominated for an Oscar type of thing. So you got to take it like it's, $1 million in $1 on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big deal. It was crazy. I don't even know what I did. What did you do?
Well, we were on tour, I think, when we got the news, and when you're on tour, you sleep terribly on a tour bus, and so you wake up horribly late. Like, we probably woke up at like 1 p.m. or something. So everyone in the world knew before we did.
Yeah.
And then it had the same feeling as like when you sleep through your alarm, where you like wake up to look at your phone and you see all the congratulations. You're like, and you like suddenly like the adrenaline hits you and you wake up really fast. But we got to play a show that night. I feel like that's sort of traditionally our favorite thing to do when we have anything to celebrate. If we get to play a show, like that's such a reward for everything. So it was a real treat.
So now whenever there are nominations announced, you should play a show that night.
That's part of our
the
yeah,
ritual.
Exactly.
How do you even start doing a James Bond song? Do you start studying all the other songs beforehand? Do you pick your favorites and just listen to them, or you say, you know what, let's not listen and let's just do our own thing?
Well, it was a lot of digesting the movies, honestly, and like taking in the kind of, what's the word, like iconic world of the Bond franchise. And we've loved it for so long that it wasn't like a new thing for us. It wasn't like, what are the songs like? Let's figure it out. It was like, we knew pretty certain what the song was going to have to feel like. It was just about figuring out how to do it. And it was really just important, like the melodies were the main thing. It was the melodies, number one. That was the first thing we did.
Absolutely.
Because, we talk about this all the time, like we for years have wanted to write a Bond song, and like sometimes would like pretend to, and like come up with chords that felt like Bond, and like we would literally do this way before it was a thing, like even a real thing that we would ever do.
Yeah.
And there's a real sound. Phineas talks about it really well of the Bond music kind of world. There's a real sound to it, and I feel like you can't, if it's not a Bond song, you shouldn't make it sound like a Bond song because it sounds too much like a song.
Yeah, it's a really delicate balance. I feel like obviously your goal is to not copy anyone else who's done a Bond song, but also there is such a style, and I think it's you're trying to sort of embrace the style rather than like the specific things about any other song, so that when you hear all the Bond songs, in a playlist or something, you can recognize that they're all Bond songs, although they're hopefully all unique. So. I know, for us it was just really a life goal, and one of those things that we would say in passing to our team, hey, whenever they're making another one, like, feel free to tell them we're, dying to do that. So it was really about, once we were sort of...
It was one of our, like, biggest...
Goals
and, like, dreams. Not even goals like dreams, because goals are more things you think you can achieve.
It's true.
And this was not something we thought we could do.
I thought, if anything, maybe like 10 years from now. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a seed we'd plant, and 10 years from now, maybe. So I had no idea it would happen that quickly. It was really amazing.
So have you heard from Mr. Craig since you called him a DILF on Seth Meyers?
No, I have not. Which is good. I know his daughter, so that's... Gray area.
Have you heard from his daughter?
No, but they are so kind,
nice.
And it's all jokes, But he was so kind to us, and especially, when we were doing some, I don't know what we weren't doing like press, but we were doing it was the screening and a couple of things we were doing where he was there, and he just was like glowing. I mean, I just felt so happy for him, because it's a big deal for him. He's worked really hard, specifically for this movie, and the amount of time it's had to take. He's done so much, and it's really like kind of beautiful, and I really look up to him in that way. And we had a really fun time at the premiere in London, and got to know his daughter, and she's really cool, and it was great.
So when are you going to do some acting? When are we going to see you starring in a movie?
I don't know.
Do you want to?
When it feels right.
To?
Yeah, I want to. But only if it, really strikes me as being right, the right time, right moment. And I think like I'm not gonna go searching for it. I'm just gonna kind of feel it out. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know.
You want to do it or no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we often joke that like the thing we'd want to play is like real characters. You know, I don't think I'd want to play like a
Like
singer-songwriter. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play myself. So yeah, if there's ever just a great opportunity, and you know, to me, just like when we get to collaborate with other artists, like I think you know, making anything acting-wise is a collaboration. So there are so many writers and directors that we have the utmost respect for, and I think if any of those people ever approached us and said we have this idea, like I jump at the chance to work with so many people that we know.